All right, one other big thing in this whole Beat the Clock series that I was thinking about is simply focusing on getting things done when we're supposed to get them done. I know when I was my first year at seminary and grad school, and I had this paper due, and the class was from 3:20 to 6, and I was sitting there still typing the conclusion at 3 o'clock, and I hadn't even printed the thing off yet. And so you could imagine, I was like freaked out. I was like speeding to the library, trying to log it in. The computer was slow, of course. I finally clicked print, and it was like a 7-page paper cranking out, and I got it stapled and signed it, and I barely got in there on time, and I was just like stressed out. It was almost like an adrenaline rush, but it was not the one that you normally want to have. And I'm sure you've been there at some point in your life, whether you even put something off to the last minute, or even got burned and just totally forgot, or just put it off to where you couldn't even recover, and you didn't turn something in. And I think the biggest thing with that is not being diligent and working hard when we need to be doing things. And so it's all about when we are supposed to be in here and knocking stuff out on we've talked about your calendars and different things and the different daily schedules, is to actually follow through and execute, because that's a huge challenge. It's one thing to put it on paper, but to actually do it is a huge challenge as well. And one thing I've looked at really over in the Proverbs in different places especially is it talks about laziness, but it also talks about diligent hands. And anytime you see laziness, man, there's something nasty about to come later on in that proverb. But anytime you see the word diligent, you know something awesome or some blessing or something really good is coming their way. And so we need to be diligent about whatever it is, whether it's schoolwork or workouts, or just doing any other activity. And we need to be focused on getting that done. And one thing I've caught too is we have to make sure that we're understanding the cost behind procrastination. So that time where I'm putting things off and I'm thinking that I'm still like getting ahead of the game, or I'm still free because I'm not having to sit down and actually do that paper, the amount of time and the amount of mental energy that it took away from me and pulled away from me during the stress of that time, knowing that it's coming and having to really hammer it out, that comes at a cost too. So we have to consider that as well. And one rule of thumb that you can take with you today is if you can do something in 2 minutes, seriously, just go ahead and do it in 2 minutes. I mean, if it's going to be something that short, the time it would take to plan ahead and put it on a piece of paper and plan to do it later in the day, and it's only going to take you 2 minutes, you've probably taken half that time just to like. And a final thought about this whole getting things done idea is it's more than just actually getting stuff done and being a taskmaster and knowing how to knock out a to-do list. It's really all about freedom and being able to be present and totally engaged wherever you're at. So if you know that during this day you've already gotten everything you needed to get done, actually done and executed, then you can fully enjoy the practice, the game, the time with friends, the family, the meals, whatever is going on later that day. You can just enjoy that freely and not be worried about what you didn't get done that day. So it's really all about freedom. And then this will translate even more into our ministries, whether it be just through our personal ministry or organizing and planning for things coming up. It'll be make a huge difference. So finally, get your stuff done. Thanks.